right, football fanatics. Gather round, because today we're talking about something that boils my blood. Something that's turning the beautiful game into a rich man's playground. Something that FIFA, the supposed guardian of football, is absolutely complicit in. We're diving deep into the murky waters of unlimited resales. The predatory practices that are robbing genuine fans blind. And how this whole system is rigged against us. The very heart and soul of the sport. Get ready, because this isn't just a rant. It's an expose. And it's going to be a long one, because there's just so much to unpack here. You see, for many of us, attending a World Cup isn't just a trip. It's a pilgrimage. A lifelong dream etched into our very souls. We envision ourselves soaking in the atmosphere, singing with fellow supporters, witnessing history unfold right before our eyes. But the reality, my friends, is a brutal slap in the face for countless genuine fans around the globe. This dream, this pure passion, is being systematically hijacked by a system designed for profit, not for people. And FIFA is at the very center of this grand heist. Let's start with the illusion of fairness. The grand spectacle of FIFA's official ticketing system, which they present as the only legitimate way to secure your spot. They roll out these phases, these elaborate lotteries and first come first served windows, making you believe that if you're quick enough or lucky enough, you'll be one of the chosen few. But what really happens behind the scenes, and what truly defines your chances, is far more cynical and far less transparent than they'd ever admit. The lottery system, for instance, sounds democratic on the surface. Right. Everyone applies, and a random draw decides who gets to go, giving everyone an equal shot. But that's just a smoke screen. A carefully crafted facade to mask the deeper issues. It creates this sense of hope, this anticipation, only to crush the spirits of millions who genuinely want to support their teams, leaving them feeling like they just weren't lucky enough, when in reality, the deck was stacked from the start. Then there are the first-come, first-served phases. A chaotic digital stampede where milliseconds determine your fate. A frantic race against bots and professional resellers who have optimized their systems to snatch up tickets instantly. It's an utterly demoralizing experience. Watching the progress bar crawl, only to be met with the dreaded, sold out message within seconds. Knowing that those tickets are already reappearing elsewhere at astronomical prices. This isn't about passion. It's about who has the fastest internet connection and the most sophisticated automated tools. Which is just fundamentally unfair. Now let's talk about the official resale platform. FIFA's supposed solution for fans who can no longer attend. A place where you can supposedly sell your tickets at face value or a small markup. It's presented as a safe and regulated environment. A way to prevent scalping and ensure tickets go to real fans. But in practice, it's often a ghost town. A platform that simply doesn't work efficiently enough to meet demand. Tickets rarely appear there in meaningful numbers. And when they do, they're gone in an instant, leaving the vast majority of desperate fans with no choice but to look elsewhere. This brings us to the elephant in the room. The unregulated secondary market. The wild west of ticket sales where prices skyrocket to unimaginable levels. Websites like StubHub, Viagogo, and countless others become the last resort for fans. But they come with a hefty price tag, not just in terms of inflated costs, but also in the anxiety of wondering if your ticket will even be valid. These platforms thrive on scarcity, on the desperation created by FIFA's own restrictive and inefficient primary ticketing system, effectively profiting from the very problem they claim to combat. I've seen tickets for group stage matches, tickets that originally cost maybe $50 or $100, being resold for $500, $800, even $1,000 or more on these sites. We're talking about a tenfold increase, sometimes even more, for a single ticket, making it utterly impossible for the average fan to afford to attend. This isn't just capitalism at work. This is predatory pricing, exploiting the dreams and dedication of supporters who just want to be part of the global football celebration. And FIFA, with all its power and resources, claims to be against this, issuing stern warnings about invalid tickets purchased from unofficial sources, threatening to cancel them without refund. But honestly, how often do we really see these threats materialize in a meaningful way? How often do we hear about thousands of fans being turned away because their tickets were bought on StubHub? The truth is, these warnings often feel hollow, a performative gesture that does little to curb the rampant resale market, allowing the exploitation to continue unchecked. It feels like FIFA is playing both sides. On one hand, publicly condemning unofficial resales, while on the other, indirectly benefiting from the immense demand and hype that this scarcity creates. The higher the perceived difficulty in getting a ticket, the more exclusive and desirable the event becomes, which only fuels the global interest and viewership, ultimately lining FIFA's pockets through sponsorships and broadcasting rights. It's a perverse incentive structure where the exploitation of fans actually contributes to their bottom line. A truly sickening thought when you really consider it. Let's not forget about the hospitality packages, the ultimate bypass to the official lottery, where wealthy individuals and corporations can purchase premium seats, luxury accommodations, and exclusive access at exorbitant prices. These packages, often sold by FIFA's official partners, ensure that a significant chunk of the best seats are never even made available to the general public through the lottery system. It creates a two-tiered system, where access is determined by your bank account, not your passion for the game, further alienating the everyday fan. This isn't just about a few extra dollars. This is about the soul of football, about who gets to experience the magic of a World Cup live, who gets to create those lifelong memories. When tickets are priced out of reach for the vast majority, the stadiums become filled with corporate guests, with tourists who might have a passing interest, rather than the die-hard fans who live and breathe the sport. It fundamentally changes the atmosphere, diluting the passion and energy that makes football so special, turning it into a sterile, sanitized event. The impact on fans is profound, extending beyond just the financial strain. It's about the emotional toll, the feeling of being shut out from something you love so deeply. Imagine saving up for years, planning your entire life around this one event, only to be met with constant barriers, inflated prices, and the crushing realization that your dedication isn't enough to get you through the turnstiles. It breeds resentment, frustration, and a deep sense of betrayal towards the very organization that's supposed to nurture the sport. And what about the lack of transparency? The opaque nature of FIFA's ticketing allocations and the absence of clear explanations for why tickets disappear so quickly. We're left in the dark, wondering how many tickets are truly available to the general public versus those allocated to sponsors, hospitality, or even mysteriously appearing on secondary markets. This lack of accountability only fuels suspicion and makes it impossible for fans to trust the system, eroding the goodwill that should be inherent in such a global spectacle. This isn't just a problem for World Cups either. This predatory resale culture permeates throughout major sporting events globally. But FIFA, with its immense power and global reach, has a unique responsibility to set an example. They could implement stricter regulations, enforce price caps on resales, create truly effective and fair official secondary markets, and most importantly, allocate a far greater percentage of tickets directly to genuine fans at fair prices. They have the power to change this, but they choose not to. The argument that market forces dictate prices is a weak excuse when you're dealing with a monopoly, an organization that controls access to the biggest sporting event on the planet. FIFA isn't just a business. It's a steward of a global cultural phenomenon. And with that stewardship comes a moral obligation to protect the integrity and accessibility of the game for everyone, not just the wealthy elite. They are failing spectacularly in this regard, prioritizing profit over people consistently. So what can we, as fans, do about this systemic exploitation? How do we fight back against an organization that seems impervious to criticism? Well, first and foremost, we need to speak up. We need to amplify our voices, sharing our stories of frustration and highlighting the injustice of these practices. Social media, fan forums, and even traditional media outlets need to be flooded with the reality of what it takes to attend these events, exposing the truth behind FIFA's polished image. We need to advocate for stronger governmental regulation of secondary ticketing markets, pushing for legislation that caps resale prices and penalizes predatory practices. While FIFA operates internationally, individual governments can certainly protect their citizens from price gouging within their borders. And this collective pressure could eventually force a global change. It's not an easy fight, but it's a necessary one if we want to reclaim the game. Furthermore, we need to demand greater transparency from FIFA, pushing for detailed breakdowns of ticket allocations, clear explanations of their lottery processes, and independent oversight of their ticketing operations. We deserve to know where every single ticket goes, who benefits, and why so many genuine fans are consistently left out in the cold. This accountability is absolutely crucial for any hope of meaningful reform. And finally, we need to support initiatives that prioritize fan access and fair pricing. Platforms or organizations that genuinely try to put supporters first by shifting our collective support and attention away from those who exploit us, and towards those who champion our cause. We can send a powerful message to FIFA and other sporting bodies. We, the fans, are not just consumers, we are the lifeblood of this sport. And our passion should be celebrated, not commodified. In conclusion, the unlimited resale market, fueled by FIFA's restrictive and opaque ticketing policies, is a stain on the beautiful game, transforming a global celebration into an exclusive, unaffordable spectacle for the privileged few. FIFA is not just allowing this to happen. They are actively creating the conditions for it, indirectly profiting from the very desperation they inflict upon their most loyal supporters. It's a robbery, plain and simple, a systematic exploitation of our passion. And it's high time we stood up and demanded better. Let's make our voices heard. Let's fight for a football world where every fan, regardless of their wealth, has a fair shot at experiencing the magic. This game belongs to us, not just to those with the deepest pockets.